Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Myself Kuhu Sarkar, and this is the 14th part of the series where I practice the PIQ. So, through this PDF, I try to explain the PIQ, and you know the importance of PIQ because most of the time they ask repeatedly the same question. Maybe they not copy paste the question, but they try to repeat the concept. So, you have to know and you have to gain more knowledge about this option so that you can next time when they ask the same question you can attempt it clearly or rightly. So this is the 14th part as I had already said, and I had already completed the 25th question, 25th question, and it is June 2010 English question paper. So let's start with question number 26. Which of the following plays by William Wycherley is in part an adaptation of Molière's The Misanthrope? So William Wycherley is most important for UGC NET because most of the time they focused on restoration comedian, and they asked their publication date, the authors, they asked the author's chronology, and you should know William Wycherley and his works and others restoration comedians work. So here the answer will be Plain Dealer. So, Plain Dealer is a restoration comedy by William Wycherley, first published in 1676. The play is based on Molière's The Misanthrope and is generally considered Wycherley's finest work along the countrywide. So, it was an adaptation of Molière's Misanthrope. So, Molière's Misanthrope is also a famous drama, famous novel, and you should know. And Molière is a ancient comedy writer, French ancient comedy writer. Then inversion is the change in the word order for creating rhetorical effect. So inversion, what is inversion? In this question it is said that it is a change in order of the sentence. So you have to, this is like the this book I like, so it should be I like this book. So another term for inversion is, and another term of the inversion is hyperbaton. Hyperbaton is an inversion of the normal order of words, especially for the sake of emphasis, as in, so sometimes it's for the sake of emphasis you have to give the more importance of the word, it will give you the more emphasis, and sometimes it for the rhetorical or rhetorical effect, give you the rhetorical effect or match the rhyme scheme. So the answer, this is an example like this I must see. So it is also an example of hyperbaton. The another term of inversion is hyperbaton. The phrase the willing suspension of disbelief occurs in, so it occurs in biography or literaria. So what is willing suspension of disbelief? As per Coleridge, he said that we readers, we audience willingly believe the author's words, author's every single sentence, every single words. In film, if you went for a film to watch a film, you can see that if they show that you a ghost, if they show you a something magical thing happening, if they show you that a cow is talking, and we believe it, right? Because we give the authority to the writer, to the author, that we will believe everything you said, everything you write. So this is the willingly suspension of disbelief. The term suspension of disbelief or willing suspension of disbelief has been defined as a willingness to suspend one's critical faculties and believe the unbelievable, to sacrifice logic for the sake of enjoyment. The phrase was coined in 1817 by S.T. Coleridge in Biographia Literaria. So it gives one's critical faculties and believe the unbelievable. So we give the permission to the author that we will believe everything, every single word you say. Then the religious movement of Methodist, and you can see the Coleridge work, like the Coleridge famous work, which are they? So you can see the gothic elements in this, in his work, and he liked to do these things. He liked to trick with these things, and we believe, and like me Christabel. So we believe that yes, some devil, some witch maybe came in Christabel's room, and we believe this kind of gothicness, this kind of mysterious things. So therefore we boldly say that this is the willing suspension of disbelief. So let's see the next question. The question number 29. The religious movement Methodism is in the 18th century England was founded by, so it was founded by, the answer will be D, mean John Wesley. Okay, so let's see the explanation. Methodism, a worldwide Protestant movement dating from 1729, started when a group of students at the University of Oxford, England, began to assemble for worship, study, and Christian service. So the religious movement Methodism, it was founded by John Wesley. Then, my first acquaintance with poets, an unforgettable account of meeting with literary heroes, is written by, so it was written by William Hazlitt. So my first acquaintance with poets, it was written in 1823, is written by William Hazlitt, and the essay was first published in the Literal. So he was meeting with, he met St. Coleridge, okay, and then he wrote that my first accounts with poets. Then, the figure of the warrior virgin in Spenser's Fairy Queen is represented by the character, so it represented by Britomart. The hero of book 3, the female warrior virgin, is respected by Chastity, so it was from Spenser's Fairy Queen, and the hero is Britomart. Then, the book Speech Act is written by, so it was written by John Searle. A speech act is, in linguistics, the philosophy of language, is an utterance that has performative function. John R. Searle is the author of Expression and Meaning, Studies in the Theory of Speech Acts. It was published in 1999. So it was written by, the Speech Act, it was written by John Searle. Then question number 33. Which among the following is not a sonnet sequence? So the answer will be Omeros. So Omeros is an epic poem by Caribbean writer Derek Walcott. He was famous for the play Omeros, and it was first published in 1990s. The work is divided into 7 books containing a total 640 chapters. So Philip Sidney's famously known sonnet series is Astrophel and Stella, Samuel Daniel Delia, are DJ Rossetti, The House of Light. But Omeros is a epic poem. Then, Incanabula refers to, so it refers to books published before 1501. So this is a famous important question, because most of the time they ask this question, that Incanabula refers to, it refers to books published before 1501. Incanabula refers to an early printed book, especially one printed before 1501. Then the next question, sorry, the most notable achievement in Jacobean prose was, so the most notable achievement in Jacobean period was, the answer will be King James Version. So King James Version, also known as the Authorized Version or King James Bible, is an English translation of the Christian Bible for English Church of England. Began in 1604 and completed in 1611. So it is the famous authorized version, and it is famous Jacobean prose. Then the Court of Chancery is setting in Dickens, so it's setting in Bleak House, Dickens Bleak House. It was first published in a serial from between 1852 to 1853, and it is one of Charles Dickens' major novels. So it is one of Charles Dickens' major novels. Which romantic poet coined the famous phrase "spot of time"? So you know it is famously spoken by William Wordsworth, and I had already made a video where I talked about important terms and their propounder. So there I talked about William Wordsworth and how he gave the term "spots of time." William Wordsworth, an English romantic poet, wrote the concepts spots of time in the prelude. Okay, so it was spoken in the prelude, book 12. Then the statement "I think therefore I am" so is by, so it was famously spoken by Descartes. So French philosopher, scientist and mathematician Rene Descartes published philosophical essay in 1637. So Lacan also repeat this quotation, and he convert the quotation that maybe I am, so I think, maybe that's kind of thing. So it is famously spoken by Descartes, and I think therefore I am. Descartes applies the rational inquiry of science to philosophy and argues that one can be certain of one's own existence. All else derives from the basic premise where Descartes states this line, which is in Latin: "I think therefore I am." Maybe Lacan converted that "I am, so I think." Then verse that has no set theme, no regular meter, rhyme or stanzaic pattern is called, so it is called 1 and 3, mean open form and free verse. So open form and free verse are the terms that are sometimes described as totally synonyms. Then which is the correct sequence of publication of Pinter's play? So you should know that, because most of the time they ask this question. So the answer will be the room, and I remember it like that there is a room, someone coming, some homecoming, and there is also a basement, no man's land there, one for the road, one is coming for the road. So these play summary you should know, and you will like this summary of this place. So the room was published in 1957, and 1957 birthplace mythology is also published. Then the homecoming 1964. Then maybe 1964 the CCS cultural studies first published, first established. Then the basement 1966, no man's land 1974, one for the road 1984. Then Johnson's dictionary Johnson's dictionary of the English language was published in the year, so it was published in the year 1755. Published on 15 April 1755, written by Samuel Johnson, a dictionary of the English language, sometimes published as Johnson's Dictionary, is among the most influential dictionaries in the history of English language. So it was published in 1755. You should remember the publication date. Then the literary prize Booker of Bookers were awarded to, so it was awarded to Salman Rushdie. because of his novel Midnight's Children. Salman Rushdie's second novel, the acclaimed Midnight's Children, 1981, won Booker Prize for Fiction in 1981. In 1993, it was judged to be the Booker of Bookers, and in 2008 the best of Bookers, the best novel to have the Booker Prize for Fiction in the awards 25 and 40 years history. Then in kids poetic career, the most productive year was, so the most productive year was 1819. So Jean Keats was born in 1795 and died in 1821, and great creative outpouring came in the year 1819 when he composed a group of five odes. Then Pope's The Rape of the Lock was published in 1712 in, so it was published in two cantos first. It was a mock heroic narrative poem. It was published in Pope's miscellaneous poem and translation in May 1712 in two cantos, 34 lines. Then Stephen Dedalus is a fictional character associated with, so it was associated with a portrait of the artist of a young man, and also Swans and Lovers and others, you know, that by D.H. Lawrence, Swans and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence, and Heart of Darkness by Conrad. So in a portrait of the artist as a young man, and in Ulysses the fictional character Stephen Dedalus was used. Okay. So, Portrait of an Artist as Young Man is semi-autobiographical novel, and Ulysses is focused on the events on a single day related to another in thematic pattern based on Greek mythology. In both, Stephen Dedalus figures in the lead role. Then the Moby Dick captain Ahab falls for his, so he falls for his pride. Moby Dick is famous novel by Herman Melville. Moby Dick or the Whale is a novel by American writer Herman Melville, published in 1851 during the period of American Renaissance. Then, question number 47. The first complete printed English Bible was produced by, so it was produced by Miles Coverdale. Complete Bible, Miles Coverdale's Complete Bible in print was published in 1535. Then William Wycliffe's First Hand Bible in manuscript in 1380. Gutenberg's first printed Bible in 1450s, and the Tyndale's first man to print New Testament in English was 1525. So it did not have Old Testament. So the first complete printed English Bible was by William Miles Coverdale. So you should know the publication date of the Bible, because most of the time they ask this question. Then Elizabeth Gaskell's novel Mary Barton is subtitled. So it's subtitled A Tale of Manchester's Life. A Tale of Manchester Life. Mary Barton, subtitled A Tale of Manchester Life, and it was published 1848. Examine the schism between rich and poor industrial Manchester, England during 1840s. Then the next question, question number 49. Some of the Jacobean playwrights were prolific. One of them claimed to have written 20 plays. The playwright is Thomas Heywood. So Thomas Heywood, he was born in 1574 and died in 1641. According to his own testimony, wrote more than 220 plays for the English stage, although not always tightly constructed, and his plays exhibit a remarkable talent. Then the last question for today, question number 50. The concept of star equilibrium in relations in connection with man and woman relationships appears in, so it appears in Women in Love. discloses Lawrence's assertion of establishing the equilibrium in male and female relationship. So the star equilibrium appears in women in love. So that's all for today. I hope you like the series and like the video, and thank you for giving your time.